Hello everyone, I hope you're doing great and wherever you are, you're healthy, happy, and positive. My name is Shaheen and today we want to learn about probability. What is probability? Probability is the likelihood or chance of something happening. Probability only makes sense when you have an event or something that could have different outcomes. For example, weather. Weather could be sunny, it could be rainy, or it could be snowy. Another example of an event could be rolling a die. When you roll a die, you could get any number between 1 to 6. Or flipping a coin. When you flip a coin, you can get the head side over or the tail side. Now, when you have a different outcome of an event, most of the time people would like to know what are the chances of each possible outcome. For example, you might be interested to know what is the chance of raining tomorrow? What is the chance of getting a 6 when you roll a die? Let's say you want to play a game and you want to know what are your chances to get different numbers. How can we calculate those things? Let's start with the weather. When you're looking at the weather and a different possible outcome, it would be very difficult for us to right away come up with a solution of what are the chances. I can really not answer the question of what is the chance of having a rainy day tomorrow. Or if I roll a die, it may be difficult to understand or calculate the possibility or the chance of getting a number. However, sometimes the chances and probabilities are easy. For example, flipping a coin. If you flip a coin, there's a 50-50 chance. Why is that easy? Because there's only two options, and in your head, you automatically calculate that because there are two options, and I want to know what the possibility of one of them, so it would be one out of the two, or 50% chance. But how can we do that, or how can we drive this method to find a solution for all the probabilities in the world? Let's do an example together. Let's say you have a box. Okay, I'm going to draw a box here. Inside that box, you have three apples. One of the apples are green, and two apples are red. Okay, now we already know that there are three apples in the box, and we want to pick one apple from the box without looking inside. So we cannot see the colors and we cannot see the inside of the box when we want to pick one apple. We know that that apple is either going to be green or red. It can't be any other color. Or, in other words, the probability of having any other color is zero. The probability or chance of picking a yellow apple from this box is zero. But there is some chance of picking up a green apple, and there's some chance of picking up a red apple, and let's calculate that together. When you want to calculate the chance or probability of an event, this is how we do it. First, you calculate the total number of possibilities or total number of apples. So we have three apples in total. Okay. Now, out of these three apples, one of them is green. So one green apple. And we have two red apples. Okay, now we want to calculate what is the chance or probability of picking up an apple from the box without looking at the colors and find the chance and the probability of that apple being green. So how do we do it? I'm going to write here the probability, calculating the probability of having a green apple. This is how we do it. How many green apples do we have? One. How many total number of apples do we have? Three. So the chance or the likelihood of having a green apple is 1 over the total. Remember, it's always what you want over the total numbers. So one green apple divided by all three apples. It's almost like saying, what are the chances of getting an apple which is green? It's 1 versus all. So it's 1 over 3. Or you can say 1 divided by 3, which is going to be 0.33 or 33%. Okay, let's calculate the possibility or the chance of having a red apple. Red apple. How many red apples do we have? 2 red apples. So obviously the chance of having a red apple is going to be higher than a chance of a green apple. So how many red apples do I have? 2 red apples versus all the 3 apples. So I'm interested to calculate the chance or the possibility of 2 red apples over the total, which is going to be equal to 2 divided by 3 equal to 0.66. You can calculate that with your calculator. Also press the percentage and it will give you 66%. This means the percentage or the probability of having a red apple is twice as much as the probability of a green apple. We should always remember that probability only talks about the chance and the likelihood. It never guarantees anything. Even though that the probability of red apples are higher than green apple, you may pick an apple and it's green. It never guarantees anything. It only gives you an idea and the probability and likelihood of something happening. I hope you learned about probability today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments and see you next time.